In this episode of Around the World, we talk about potatoes, surfing, and llamas. But not surfing llamas, that's just something you don't see every day. Hey guys, welcome back to Around the World, the series that brings culture to you. I'm your host Triston, and today we're heading to Peru. Located in South America, Peru is home to around 30 million people. Its actual name is the Republic of Peru, and it's led by a president and national government. Spanish is the official language, along with Quechua and Aymara, which are indigenous or original languages. The local currency is the Nuevo Sol. The first people came to Peru more than 13,000 years ago. Many groups of societies started to grow around different parts of Peru, but one of the most important groups were the Incas, who lived around 600 years ago in the 1400s. The Incas rose above the other Peruvian groups and eventually became more wealthy with silver and gold and continued to rise, until some guy from Spain named Francisco Pizzaro found out about Peru and the Incas in the 1500s. The Spanish, led by Francisco, decided to go over to Peru, and while the Incas put up a good fight, Spain conquered Peru in 1572. Peru remained under Spanish control until 1821. Peruvians today are a mixture of different cultures, including the indigenous or original people, Spanish, Asian, and descendants of African slaves. With Spain introducing the Catholic religion during their rule, most Peruvians are Catholic. Do it! Peruvians like to get really close and touch often when speaking with someone. It may be something you're not quite used to, but it's considered rude if you try to back away and get distance from someone in those situations. So consider this when speaking with the locals. Peru has different landscapes across the country, and in some areas, the altitude is really high above sea level. Because of the altitude, you may feel some sickness like headaches, dizziness, and so on, even if you're already pretty fit and healthy. There's no way to really know how you'll react in those areas. So, do as the locals do, or take it easy if you feel any changes in your health.
Don't.
It's considered rude to make a fist and point your finger to motion someone over, like so. Instead, place your palm down and sweep your fingers towards you, like so. If you're one to cross your legs often when you sit, it's considered rude to place your ankle on your knee. Instead, cross your legs placing your ankles together, or cross them knee to knee. Peruvians are a bit more laid back and flexible with their time, and lateness is almost expected. So, if you make plans with friends, unless they specifically say to be on time, expect them to be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour late.
Oh yeah!
Lima was founded in 1535, and it's the capital of Peru. It's the third largest city in South America, and because it doesn't rain too often there, it's the second largest desert city in the world. Lima is home to 1/3 of the Peruvian population, and because it's the home of the government, the richest Peruvian city, and also a cultural center, Lima is often thought to be the most important city in Peru. Huanchaco is a smaller coastal town in the north of Peru. It's thought that Peru's national dish, ceviche, comes specifically from Huanchaco. Not too far is the archaeological site Chan Chan. Chan Chan was the largest city in South America until 1492. It was the capital of the Chimu Empire, who were the last developed civilization in Peru before the Incas took over in 1470. Cusco is in the south of Peru and sits high up in the Andes Mountains. It was the capital of the Inca Empire during their reign, and today is considered the historical capital of Peru. Some spots of interest include the Corincancha, which means Golden Temple. The Corincancha was the temple of the sun god Inti, and was considered the most important temple for the Incas. There are also many palaces around the area, built by each Incan emperor who reigned. Also in the Andes Mountains, just an hour or so from Cusco, is Machu Picchu, which means Old Mountain in Quechua. Around 800 people lived there, and it was built starting around 1450 for the 9th Inca king, Pachacuti. Though, it's not really sure if it was built for religious reasons or if it was just a vacation spot for the king. While it was abandoned in 1572 with the fall of the Incas to the Spanish, it was rediscovered again in 1911 by some American guy named Hiram Bingham. The national dish of Peru is ceviche. It's fresh fish and shellfish marinated or soaked in lemon juice, and other flavors depending on the part of Peru that you're in and how they make it. Koi is guinea pig, and it's seen as a delicacy in Peru. The guinea pigs can be fried or boiled. They're served whole and sometimes can be stuffed with vegetables. For dessert, you can try picarones. Picarones are fried, doughy treats made out of sweet potato flour. They're shaped into small rings similar to a donut. You can eat picarones with syrup or honey, and add cinnamon or other spices if you wish. If you're into surfing, Huanchaco is the birthplace of the Cabalito de Tortura, which is thought to be one of the first known surf crafts. The game of sapo, or juego de sapo in Spanish, is a traditional Peruvian coin toss game, mostly popular in South America and parts of Europe. The game comes from an ancient Inca legend, where the royal Inca king would go to the sacred Lake Titicaca and try to grab the attention of a sapo by throwing gold coins into the lake. The sapo, or frog, was thought to have magical powers, and if it caught a golden coin in its mouth, it would grant you wishes and then turn into gold. The sapo game board is like a small box or cabinet, with holes on the top and certain point values, along with a golden frog in the middle that serves as a jackpot. Llamas were the most important animals for the Incas during their reign, mainly because they were used to help transport their goods, and also the Incas used their waste to help fertilize their land. Today, about 3/4 of the world's population of llamas live in Peru. You can also see the largest bird on Earth, the giant Andean condor, in the south of Peru in the Colca Canyons. It can grow up to 4 feet and has a wingspan of up to 14 feet. The giant Andean condor was considered a sacred bird by the Incas, but today, unfortunately, it's near endangerment. Inti Raymi, or the Festival of the Sun, was created in 1412. It's an Inca religion ceremony which honors the Inti, or sun god. Considered the most important Inca ceremony, it also celebrates the Inca New Year and is said to symbolize the origin story of the Incas. The ceremony lasts for 9 days, involving colorful dances and animal sacrifices to thank the sun and Mother Earth. After the Incas were conquered, the ceremony was eventually banned among other Inca traditions around 1572 until 1944, when it was officially reallowed. Now, the Festival of the Sun happens every June. La Candelaria, or Candlemas, occurs in Puno, Peru, and is the largest Peruvian festival and the third largest festival in South America. With the Virgin Mary being the guardian saint of Puno, La Candelaria ties Catholic faith with Inca and Ayamaran customs to create a unique celebration and display of culture with lots of dances, customs, and rituals.
Alilhancho, alilhancho. Imataq sutiki, imataq sutiki. Sutimi, sutimi. Ari, ari. Manan, manan. Anyay, anyay.
Alright guys, well that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Peru. I'll see you next time on Around the World.